Q again is a hard key. Whatever Q number you want to edit, I'm just going to write number. And then time, and then the rest of the syntax that would be up here. So I'm just going to write etc. because it's the same as what we did in the example up here. Etc. So Q number, so if it's out of sequence, like if I'm in Q1 and I want to edit the time on Q150, I just type Q150 time 5/10 enter. And I've changed the time on Q150 even though I'm not in it. Okay? So this is for editing the time for a Q that you're in. This is for editing the time for a Q that you're not in. Okay. Text, you guys might need to know for the final project, but we might cover that a little bit more towards the last project, because one of the things you guys will do is you'll save. We'll give you guys a little time to work on your final project. You get a little bit of individual time. You guys can hang out together, help each other if you want to, that kind of thing. But you'll save your show with your own name on it, basically. So when we're getting to the final project, you might want to make a little note on text needed for final project. So you'll want to know how to do that for that. Groups. So on the right hand of the page, you guys might not get into this as much for class, except for maybe submasters, because we're already into submasters for our first one. Submasters I will cover, because I think that's kind of something, we used it for the first project. Again, we just put one channel on each submaster for the 10 submasters we used for class, but you can put an entire look on it. So submasters, to record those, like let's say you want to record an entire look to a submaster. To record that, let's say you set your look, so you go back to your bringing up channels, bringing down channels, you set all that, and you've got your look set. Let's say you want to record that onto a submaster handle for the last project this semester. The keystrokes for that are going to be record, which is your hard key here, and then there's a key right here that says sub. So again, remember when you hit record the first time, it automatically thinks Q. So now you're telling it to record a sub, and then you would need to tell it what sub number to record, and then enter. So the keystrokes are going to be record, sub, and then whatever number it happens to be, and then enter, or star key. Okay. And that way you can put it on a handle. So if you needed something that was an entire look for your final project, you can just put it on a handle. And let's say you wanted to use it. Because one of the things you guys will be taking a look at coming up is the structure of plays and also the structure of music. So plays usually have something that kind of repeats, like certain scenes repeat and you use them over and over again. With music, isn't there usually kind of a chorus that repeats? Or there's a verse that repeats, and you kind of get the same feel from them each time. So there's a structure there that you can use that's repetitive. So if you had a submaster that was something you wanted for, say, the chorus of your final music, you could use it again and again. Every time that chorus hit, that look comes up. You can run up that handle, that kind of thing. So that might end up being useful for that. One other thing I want you guys to know about the submasters when we get into that final project is at the bottom of each submaster, you remember how there's the handle that you slide up and down? There's a button at the bottom of each submaster as well. If you hit that button, it pops that look that you've got in that submaster on. If you hold it down, it's on. If you let it go, it's off. So you can pop that look on and off with what's called the bump button. I'm just going to write submasters, and for you guys to know, they have what's called bump buttons. And again, you might want to make sure you remember that for the final project. Might be useful there for that. Yeah?
Does that mean that the handle would be at whatever percent you want, but
Yeah, so let's take a look. Let me just run up to the masters and we'll take a look at what they do here. Take the lights down. Alright, so I'm here in the console, and on the top section is what we use for class. So if I slide up that slider, it smoothly fades up and down. So for that last project, you could sit here and you can play the console like a keyboard and do different things with the music and use the sliders. Okay? But then right at the bottom of the slider, there's the button. And if I can hit that, I can sort of make what's kind of the equivalent of a little strobe. Yeah, like blinking. And I'm just hitting it, I'm just tapping it on and off with my finger, like that. So if I press it and hold it, it just pops on. If I let it go, it pops off. On, off. And that's the button at the bottom of the fader. And again, if I sit there and tap it, it can pop on and off with time. So whatever my tempo is. So that is one way you guys can use those step masters in the project. So I think it's just nice to think forward to your first project that you have. This is applicable. It's going to be not only applicable for recording too, but the masters will be applicable for that as well. Okay. Patch we already talked about a little bit. That's not really going to apply to you guys. You guys shouldn't have to patch in this course. Unless you're helping me on the main stage, then we'll be patching Millie when that comes. And again, we covered that a little bit.